July 2024, San Diego Comic-Con. Kevin Feige announces Robert Downey Jr. returns to the MCU. The crowd goes insane. Then he says four words that change everything, as Victor Von Doom. Fans had two reactions: excitement and confusion. Why bring back RDJ as a completely different character? What if he's not? What if Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday isn't Victor Von Doom at all? What if it's Tony Stark from a timeline where Endgame went differently? Where the snap didn't kill him, it broke him. And that broken Tony Stark becomes the multiverse's greatest threat. This is how Iron Man becomes Dr. Doom. Let's start with why this works. Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom are the same person with different outcomes. Both are genius-level inventors. Both wear armor to hide vulnerability. Tony hides his heart. Doom hides his scars. Both have God complexes. Both believe their way is the only way. Tony said, "I am Iron Man." Doom says, "I am Doom." The difference? Tony had people who kept him grounded. Pepper, Rhodey, Peter. They reminded him he was human. Victor Von Doom had no one. His mother died. His face scarred. His country suffered. Every loss convinced him that caring is weakness. That ruling is the only way to protect. But what if Tony Stark lost everyone too? What if across infinite timelines he watched them all die? Would Tony stay a hero, or would he become Doom? Here's the theory. After Endgame, Tony's consciousness doesn't completely die. The Infinity Stones leave an imprint. He becomes untethered across the multiverse, experiencing infinite timelines simultaneously. In one timeline, Morgan dies in a car accident. In another, Pepper is killed by a Stark Industries enemy. In another, Peter Parker dies fighting Vulture because Tony didn't make his suit. In another, Earth is destroyed because Tony wasn't there to make the sacrifice play. Tony Stark experiences every possible failure. Every timeline where being a hero wasn't enough. 14 million futures where they lose. 600 million where everyone he loves dies anyway. Most people would break. Tony Stark doesn't break. He evolves. He realizes the problem isn't villains. It's chaos, free will, choice. And the only way to save everyone in every universe is to remove choice completely. To rule with absolute control. To become God. But Tony Stark can't conquer the multiverse alone. He needs more than tech. He needs magic. And there's one person in every universe who masters both: Victor Von Doom. In this timeline, Tony seeks out Doom in Latveria. Not as enemy, as student. Doom recognizes Tony's genius and sees a kindred spirit. For the first time, someone understands Doom's vision. But Tony doesn't want to be Doom's partner. He wants to be Doom. He studies Latverian sorcery. He learns dimensional magic. And when he's learned enough, he takes everything. Doom's armor, Doom's identity, Doom's country. Maybe he even transfers his consciousness into Doom's body using Stark tech and mystical ritual. Tony Stark dies. Dr. Doom, powered by Tony Stark's mind, is born. The perfect fusion. Reed Richards-level intellect. Doctor Strange-level magic. Thanos-level conviction. This isn't Victor Von Doom. This is Tony Stark wearing Doom as a crown. Now here's where it gets terrifying. The Avengers in Avengers Doomsday have to fight a villain who created them. Tony designed half of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s tech. He built Spider-Man's suit and knows every weakness. He trained with Doctor Strange and understands magical defenses. He studied Thor's hammer and the Hulk's biology. He knows how Captain Marvel's powers work because he helped analyze them. Every strategy the Avengers use, Tony invented it or countered it 20 years ago. They can't surprise him. They can't outwit him. Because Dr. Doom isn't just a conqueror. He's Tony Stark who stopped holding back. And here's the nightmare scenario. What if Doom is still trying to save them? What if, in his mind, conquering Earth is the only way to protect it from the incursions? From Secret Wars? He's not the villain. He's the hero making the hard choice no one else will make. Just like he always did. The MCU has been planting seeds. In Endgame, Tony sees the future through the Infinity Stones. Doctor Strange says if I tell you what happens, it won't happen. What if Tony saw something Strange didn't? What if there's a timeline where Tony survives and it leads to something worse? In Spider-Man, No Way Home, The multiverse cracks open. In Doctor Strange 2, we see corrupted versions of heroes. The MCU is showing us that heroes can fall, that good intentions create monsters. And then there's the biggest clue, RDJ himself. Marvel didn't cast someone new. They brought back Tony Stark's face. That's not a coincidence. That's the twist. When Doom removes his mask, the Avengers see Tony, and they hesitate. And that hesitation, that's when Doom wins. Here's my prediction for Avengers Doomsday December 2026. The movie opens with Doom conquering alternate Earths. No explanation who he is. Mid-movie, the Avengers corner him. He removes his mask. It's Tony's face. Everyone freezes. Peter Parker drops to his knees. Pepper Potts collapses. This Doom isn't their Tony, but he has his face, his voice, his genius. And Doom's final line before the credits? I told you, whatever it takes. The hero who saved everything becomes the villain who conquers everything. And Robert Downey Jr.'s return isn't fan service. It's tragedy. That's how Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom. Let me know your theories in the comments. And if you want more MCU breakdowns, subscribe. Because Secret Wars is going to break us all.